Hello, class. Thank you for joining. Last class we talked about phonemes and the way that we can use them to help us further our knowledge about English and language in general. So this episode also goes into those kind of skills, but it's more about comprehension and making inferences before, during, and after text to help us better understand what we're reading and why are we reading this. So for this activity, I'm going to be using The Cat in the Hat, a very familiar book with kids. It's very important to let kids read familiar books so they get used to the process of reading fluency and everything. And it's also good for comprehension skills because they do know what's going on. So some good pre-reading tips is to go over the title. Again, like last video, I have a helper. So in the title of The Cat in the Hat, what does that make you think of? Just anything that comes to your mind.
It makes me think of a cat wearing a hat.
Okay, and is that normal?
No, it's not normal.
So it's probably, because it's not a normal thing about cats wearing hat, it probably has to do with the fact that the cat and the hat rhyme, right?
Yes.
Which goes into what the last episode was about. From the drawing, what does the illustration make you think of?
Well, a cat wearing a hat.
Okay, so there's a connection between the title and the illustration, which means this is probably a major character in the book, right?
Yes.
And then who's the author?
Dr. Seuss.
And he's a pretty popular children's book writer. Have you read a lot of his other books?
Yeah, I have.
So, based on your other knowledge about Dr. Seuss, what are like his books known for, and what can we expect from this book?
A lot of rhyming.
A lot of rhyming and some silly stories and stuff?
Yeah.
With like a lesson behind it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and read this, and every so often I'll stop and ask a question to see how we're retaining the information, okay?
Okay.
The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two. And I said, how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house, we did nothing at all. So far based on that, what seems to be the issue here?
They want to go outside, but it's raining, so they can't go outside.
So we can infer that that's the conflict of the story, is that they can't do something because of the rain, what it is. Have you had a situation like this where you wanted to go outside but it was raining?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You just can't think of it off the top of your head?
Yeah.
It's a pretty common thing. So all we could do was sit, 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 and we did not like it. Not one little bit. Bump! And then something went bump! How that bump made us jump! Did you see how I made emphasis when I saw an exclamation point?
Yes, I did see that.
We looked. Then we saw him stepping on the mat. We looked, and we saw him, the cat in the hat. And he said to us, why do you sit there like that? I know it is wet, and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny. So who showed up?
The cat in the hat.
And were they surprised when he showed up?
Yes.
And we can see that in the illustration and in the words they were saying with we looked, we can see that they're surprised. I know some good games we could play, said the cat. I know some new tricks, said the cat in the hat. A lot of good tricks. I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do. Then Sally and I did not know what to say. Our mother was out of the house for the day. So there's another major plot point where their mother's not home and they're all at home by themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
But our fish said, no, make that cat go away. Tell that cat in the hat you do not want to play. He should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out. Now, have no fear, said the cat. My tricks are not bad, said the cat in the hat. Why, we can have lots of good fun if you wish, with a game that I call Up, Up, Up with a Fish. Put me down, said the fish. This is no fun at all. Put me down, said the fish. I do not wish to fall. So do the cat in the hat and the fish, do they agree with each other?
They do not
Okay.
agree with one another.
What are they arguing about?
Well, the cat is trying to have fun, which equals like messing up the house, while the fish doesn't want to have fun because their mother would not agree.
Okay. That's good. Have no fear, said the cat. I will not let you fall. I will hold you up high as I stand on a ball, with a book on one hand and a cup on my hat. But that is not all I can do, said the cat. Look at me now, said the cat, with a cup and a cake on the top of my hat. I can hold up 2 books, I can hold up the fish, and a little toy ship and some milk on a dish. And look, I can hop up and down on the ball, but that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. So that's not really, because that's pretty silly. You have to really look at the illustration and just see what the words are meaning and everything, right?
Yeah.
To help you make some inferences about it.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's doing is very dangerous and making the fish feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
But he's got all these cool tricks.
Yeah.
Look at me now. It is fun to have fun, but you have to know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk and the cake. I can hold up these books and the fish on a rake. I can hold the toy ship and a little toy man. And look, with my tail, I can hold a red fan. I can fan with the fan as I hop on the ball, but that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. That is what the cat said. Then he fell on his head. He came down with a bump from up there on the ball. And Sally and I, we saw all the things fall. So, what happened?
Someone got hurt.
Someone got hurt because he was playing around?
Mm-hmm.
Did he go a little bit too far, probably?
Probably.
That's a common thing. We all go a little bit too far sometimes, and our fish came down too. He fell into a pot. He said, "Do I like this? Oh no, I do not. This is not a good game," said her fish as he lit. "No, I do not like it. Not one little bit." "Now look what you did," said the fish to the cat. "Now look at this house. Look at this, look at that. You sank our toy ship, sank it deep in the cake. You shook up our house and you bent our new rate. You should not be here when our mother is out. You get out of this house," said the fish in the pot. "But I like to be here. Oh, I like it a lot," said the cat in the hat to the fish in the pot. "I will not go away. I do not wish to go." "And so," said the cat in the hat, so. I will show you another good game that I know." And then he ran out, and then fast as a fox, the cat in the hat came back in with a box. A big red wood box. It was shut with a hook. "Now look at this trick," said the cat. "Take a look." So what do you think might be in the box?
Well, without using my prior knowledge on the book, something that's not going to be good for the house.
So how can we make that inference about it not being something good?
Because the cat in the hat has so far made a mess. I
Okay.
could only imagine what he can bring to also increase.
So there's some mistrust there.
Yes.
We don't trust him after the first incident, do we?
Nope.
Well, let's see what's in the box. They haven't given us much context clues for what's in the box, have they?
Nope.
Then he got up on top with the tip of his hat. "I call this game Fun in a Box," said the cat. "In this box are 2 things I will show to you now. You will like these 2 things," said the cat with a bow. "I will pick up the hook. You will see something new. 2 things, and I call them Thing 1 and Thing 2. These things will not bite you. They want to have fun." Then out of the box came Thing 2 and Thing 1. As they ran to us fast, they said, "How do you do? Would you like to shake hands with Thing 1 and Thing 2? And Sally and I did not know what to do. So we had to shake hands with Thing 1 and Thing 2. We shook their 2 hands, but one fish said, No, those things should not be in this house. Make them go. They should not be here when your mother is not. Put them out, said the fish in a pot. Have no fear, little fish, said the cat in the hat. These things are good things, and we give them a pat. They are tame, oh so tame. They have come here to play. They will give you some fun on this wet, wet, wet day. Now here is a game that they like, said the cat. They like to fly kites, said the cat in the hat. No, not in the house, said the fish in the pot. They should not fly kites in a house, they should not. Oh, the things they will bump, oh, the things they will hit. Oh, I do not like it, not one little bit. Then Sally and I saw them run down the hall. We saw those two things bump their kites on the wall. Bump, thump, thump, bump, down the wall in the hall. So what came out the box?
Thing 1 and thing 2.
And did we make the right inference about it probably not being the best option?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're making a mess already just flying kites. And we can assume they're going to do more, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let's find out what they do. Thing 2 and thing 1. They ran up, they ran down. On the strings of one kite we saw Mother's new gown. Her gown with the dots that are pink, white, and red. Then we saw one kite bump on the head of her bed. Then those things ran about with big bumps, jumps, and kicks, and with hops and big thumps, and all kinds of bad tricks. And I said, I do not like the way that they play. If Mother could see this, oh, what would she say? Then our fish said, look, look, and our fish shook with fear. Your mother is on her way home, do you hear? Oh, what will she do to us? What will she say? Oh, she will not like it to find us this way. So what's going to happen now?
The mom's gonna come back and there's gonna be a mess.
Okay, so if they don't clean up the mess, they're going to be in trouble.
Yes.
So they're going to try to clean this up super quick, but there's a big mess.
Oh.
So do something fast, said the fish. Do you hear? I saw her, your mother. Your mother is near. So as fast as you can, think of something to do. You will have to get rid of thing 1 and thing 2. So as fast as I could, I went after my net, and I said, with my net, I can get them, I bet. I bet with my net, I can get those things yet. Then I let down my net. It came down with a plop, and I had them at last. Those two things had to stop. Then I said to the cat, now you do as I say. You pack up those things and you take them away. Oh dear, said the cat, you did not like our game? Oh dear, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Then he shut up the things in the box with a hook, and the cat went away with a sad kind of look. So why is the cat going away with a sad look?
Because there's no more fun.
There's no more fun to be had.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of told him to leave, and they didn't have fun, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it's not fun when you tell other people, or when you tell the people that you don't want to play anymore. They don't like that.
It's pretty tragic.
That is good, said the fish. He has gone away, yes. But your mother will come. She will find this big mess. And this mess is so big and so deep and so tall, we cannot pick it up. There is no way at all. And then, who was back in the house? Why, the cat. Have no fear of this mess, said the cat in the hat. I always pick up all my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know. Then we saw him pick up all the things that were down. He picked up the cake and the rake and the gown, and the milk and the strings and the books and the dish and the fan and the cup and the ship and the fish. And he put them away. Then he said, that is that. And then he was gone with the tip of his hat. Then our mother came in, and she said to us too, did you have any fun? Tell me, what did you do? And Sally and I did not know what to say. Should we tell her the things that went on there that day? Should we tell her about it? Now what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? Alright, so that's the Cat in the Hat. And so we did some pre-reading strategies by just like trying to make some inferences based on the title and illustration. And we did some comprehension questions while reading. So those two things go together. We do some post-reading strategies where we summarize those and put it all into one thing. So just in your words, what was like the main problem or the lesson of the story that he's trying to teach?
The Cat in the Hat's trying to teach the kids?
Mm-hmm. Or the author, what is his purpose for writing the book?
That just because there's a rainy day outside, there's still stuff to do in the house. You know, you gotta make the positive out of everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, just making the positive out of any situation is definitely an important message, and that taking responsibility for your actions. When the cat made a giant mess, he did come back and clean it up. I think it's another lesson, and about how we should trust people sometime and put more trust. They should have trusted the cat, even though he did make a mess. He did come back and take responsibility for it. So like it said in the last sentence, it said, what would you do in this situation? So a fun activity that I thought we could do is, so we just described it in words, summarizing it up. Another fun thing you can do with that is we can draw something. So we would, if we were in an actual classroom, I would have us draw a page from the book, any page you felt like, and then draw yourself in the book. So if you want to do the one where the cat's balancing on the ball with the cup and all that, balancing the fish, and if you want to be in that, draw yourself in there, that'd be cool. Or beginning or end, any of the pages. But since we can't do that in the COVID, you can do it at home. But for this situation, I just thought we could orally, I'll just have him describe a situation where he could relate to this, whether it was at home a rainy day or just a time when his friends might have wanted to have fun, but he thought it was irresponsible or dangerous. So
yeah, my parents for one weekend went out to New Orleans, so I was home alone and there was really nothing to do. I just sat at home and watched YouTube or whatever.
okay.
There's no Cat in the Hat to bring me fun, so
Yeah, so you just watched YouTube for the whole weekend?
basically, yeah.
Okay, you just took care of yourself?
Yeah.
You feel like that could relate to this story?
Well, yeah, because I was home alone.
Yeah. So, those are some things. Just comprehension skills a lot come from the help if you can relate to the book. If I gave him a book that he can't relate to because he doesn't have any prior knowledge, it'd be a lot harder to understand what is the author's main purpose and what is the conflict and stuff. But because he can relate to this book by being home, it helps him relate to the book and better understand what is the point of the book. So I thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you learned something about comprehension and inference skills, and then some pre, during, and post reading strategies that will help you with comprehension and making inferences, about making connections between not only other books but other prior experiences and real life. And so thank you and goodbye.